Welcome back to K&L Farms. I'm Ken. I hope this video finds you well. If you enjoy any portion of this content or this video, please hit the like button. It really will help the channel out. Now we'll go inside here in just a minute and show you some of the improvements, and then later on in the video I'll show you a mistake I made, one that you could correct if you're doing the roof like I did on this house or greenhouse. Okay, in the greenhouse now. I was going to show you some updates, but if you've been following along on the channel, you know I'm on the volunteer fire department. Today we haven't had any calls yet. Yesterday we had a call, had a small brush fire in the district, and everybody in the community is concerned about the Williams mine fire. Going to have a weather change tomorrow. It's going to push it our direction. Last night it grew about, I think it was about 2,000 acres. But it's been pretty docile the last few days because the wind's been pushing against it. And tonight's a thunderstorm, and then I think, Monday is a wind change. But we're going to be gearing up tomorrow. But I have time to work on the greenhouse and shoot a video today. Okay, so some of the upgrades on it were, in fact, put a irrigation system in. You've seen in my previous videos the fan. I got an on-grid and an off-grid. In fact, I'll probably turn the off-grid on here in a minute. But irrigation, sprinkler system. I don't know if you can see that in frame, but there's a sprinkler system all the way around. Something else I need to do, a couple projects left to do, is one is, I featured this on a video also, this 110 coming in from the building. I think you can see that in frame. There's a building behind me. I need to secure that some way, and we were thinking about building a bench here to expand this table over and then secure this. Previously, when I built the greenhouse, the original one, I put a frost-free spigot in, so this has water in it. Just leave this on. Currently we leave this on all the time, and the timer runs our irrigation system. It runs for 5 minutes 3 times a day for the sprinkler system. And then the other thing we do is, yesterday when we came in here, it was 101 inside the greenhouse yesterday. So the fan will come on automatically through that controller for the fan system, for the on-grid fan system. And this controller will run this sprinkler. And we were in here, turned it on at 101, and it went down to 86 degrees probably in 10 minutes. So let's go outside here in just a minute and I'll show you that issue I'm having, or the problem that I created myself because I was in a hurry to get the roof on it. Once I put the exhaust fan in, the exhaust fan is not watertight whatsoever, so I needed some sort of roofing material and try and make the greenhouse watertight so it didn't get rainwater in the fan motor. So I put the roof on probably prematurely, but I'll spin you here in just a minute and I'll show you the issue, and then we'll cut a board and I'll explain what those boards are called. Okay, so what I did is, this is called a bird notch or a eave board, and usually they're vented. I'm just taking a 2x6, just cutting a 2x6 down. Each one of these gaps are its own. If I was a true contractor, they'd be exactly the same, but I'm not, so they're not. And I just cut a 2x6. Let me point with it. 2x6 right here and put it in. The mistake I made is putting the roof on first. If I would have put these bird blocks in prior to putting the roof on, it'd be easier because I could actually reach over, because I'm going to have to nail it with a nail gun. I got to nail that one with a nail gun. But I'll cut this one, nail that one in, nail this one in, and that'll give you enough of an example. But the mistake on the video is putting the roof on prior to putting the bird notches in, boards in. Okay, I'll just cut this one off. I'm putting my safety glasses on. I think his name was Norm Abram. Nothing more important in a shop than a set of safety glasses. Cut this off real quick. Okay, a trick I'll show you is make sure to fasten this bird block through this rafter board before you move on, because if you move on, you put this one here,
you can only toenail one side of it. Try and put a couple nails in this direction through this rafter to hold that board in correctly. And that's part of the fault, or the mistake is, make sure you got a good battery before you start. Okay, got the battery situations figured out, except now the exhaust fan's kicked on. It's got warm enough in there now. But it's going to run in the background. That's what you're hearing. Put a couple nails in here. This end, of course, this is just a toenail. Okay. Kind of get it, try and get it leveled up, kind of square with this other piece of 2x6. And it does serve some sort of insulating factor too, but let's see if I can do this or not. I know I can probably do that. Yeah, enough to tack it. Toenail on this end. Couple actually. Okay. I'll shift my ladder over and put that in square. So I can get a better nail on that. Okay. That's resolving the mistake I made.